Welcome back, everybody. It is June of 2022, and this is episode 42 of What Is on My Desk. So back for another one of my monthly updates, and I mean, as probably going to be a common thread for those of you who watch these regularly, I got some progress done, not as much as I hoped, but enough that I hope you will be impressed with where things are. To preface all of this, Ottawa had a significant weather event. A huge storm went through about a week ago, Saturday, May 21st. We had 120 kilometer winds. That's like 65 mile an hour winds, steady for about 5 minutes, and significant damage. Trees were down everywhere, lots of damage to houses. Amazing amount of power lines went down. There was 170,000 customers without power. My house was out of power for 4.5 days, and my work took 6 days to get power back. So during those days, I couldn't do anything. We had no power in the house. I was focused just trying to keep sort of work up and running, so I didn't have a lot of free time at the house, and even if I did, I had no power to come down and do any work. So not a lot got done during that week, but the 2 and a bit weeks leading up to that, I was able to get a bit done, and this last week I've been able to get a little bit in, the last couple of days of power. I'm at that point where just a lot of little things, and it doesn't take long for those little things to add up. So just a couple 10-15 minutes here or there, suddenly, you know, a model starts to look like an airplane. So it's a nice feeling to kind of see it come together. And that being said, the L29 was finished. Actually, the day of the storm, I was supposed to meet up and present it to the person I built it for. With the storm, that didn't happen. I was able to meet up with him the other day. I presented it to him, completely surprised. He had no idea it was coming. Very happy with the model. So we'll actually start to look at that, the completed model of that, before you look at the progress of the other two. But yeah, so I mean, at this rate, I don't see why these wouldn't be done by the end of June. And in the next update on July 1st, you'll actually probably get to see the introduction of the next four kits, 4.5 kits. I think I said this last month. Hopefully next month will be better. So 4.5 kits, a little bit of a teaser to see what we're gonna do. Will be introduced next time, but I think that's enough rambling for me. So let's get swung over to the desk, take a look at the progress. But before we do that, my name is Sean, and this is Sean's Aviation. So looking at the model progress, the one that has gotten the most progress is the L29. And here it is. It's actually finished. I'm actually filming this clip kind of near the middle of the month, middle of May. I do have to present this to the person that I built it for. So I need to get this bit filmed up before I lose possession of this model. So it turned out really well. It's pinned quite securely to this base, so it shouldn't go anywhere. One small issue with the one wheel here, it's a little angled. The pinning caused the wheel to kick over a little bit to match the hole. Going back, you know, I'd bend the wire a little bit. Been a bit of a time crunch to get this done on time, but overall, again, very, very happy with how it looks. It looks just great sitting on here on this base. Everything popped open, you know, on display. So yeah, it's done. So I'm going to present this to the new owner this coming weekend, so the last weekend of May, and then we will move on to the other two. I've got some progress on those two to show you. They are very, very far along. Very happy with how they look. So let's jump forward in time approximately 10 days, 10 to 12 days until I actually film the progress on the other two, and you'll get to see what they look like. Very, very decent progress. So let's jump ahead in time and take a look at those. So here we are at the desk, ready to take a look at the progress of the models. You've seen that L29 completed. Turned out surprisingly better than I would expect it to. I mean, there's still, you know, all the little things that I know on it that aren't quite right, but very happy with how it turned out. As I mentioned, the new The new owner of that kit, the person I built it for, was ecstatic with it, completely shocked, literally jaw to the floor, speechless. I wish I could have got that on video, his reaction, but anyways, definitely worth the effort I put into it. So looking at the other two, the Dauntless and the Meteor, we'll start with the Dauntless, and it looks like a Dauntless. It has its gear, and it looks amazing. So I've got, as I think you saw last time, the paint and decals are done. I've done a little bit of weathering to it. There's still a little bit. Every so often you come back and you look at it and you see something like, man, I wish I didn't do it that way. So you can see there's a little bit here on the roundel. You just gotta, you know, clean up a little bit and make it look a little cleaner. But there's always a little bit you can do. So that is done. The weathering is done. I got the gear glued on. I've got the gear weathered. I went along and did a little bit of oil staining, kind of in this belly area. You're not going to see it a lot because it is going to spend most of its time down, but it is there. I still have to go ahead and do some exhaust staining down the sides to do that. I've got the canopies still here. I haven't done anything with them, just painted them on a flat coat them, and then they'll get glued on after the fact. This is still just the temporary canopy I'm using for painting purposes. The cowling, again, looks really good. I said all the paint lines line up perfectly, so it'll look really good when it's in place. I still have it masked here where the alclad is underneath. I want to make sure I don't get any flat coat on that and ruin the metallic look. Same with the engine. The engine has been painted in the alclad, whereas the front piece here was painted gray. So I'm going to flat coat this separately, and then when it goes together, you'll still have that metallic engine shine through behind the flat gray of the front engine part. So that's all ready to go. The bomb has been done. The yellow stripe decal completely shattered on me, but at the end of the day, again, you're not really going to see it. It's going to be tucked up underneath and you're not going to see much of it, so I figure that it's not 100% needed to get it perfect. A little bit of touch-up needs to be done. I got to paint the silver tip, and I got the bomb cradle here, which still needs to be weathered, and it'll mount here and hold the bomb and tuck that bomb up, so you'll see how the bomb's going to be tucked up like that. You'll barely see really any of it when it's in there. So I'm not too terribly worried about that. Flaps, I've painted the flap hinges. These are the bits that fit in here that the actual flaps get mounted to, and these are the flaps here. So once I get the silver pieces glued into place here, I'm going to go through and weather these and add some black wash onto these, dirty them up a little bit, and then get those mounted, and then flat coat everything at the very end. So again, slowly but surely getting there. But that's pretty much it. I'm going to get the next step. I'm going to get the dive flaps installed, and then the bomb and the bomb cradle installed. Paint the tail wheel black, and then it's pretty much time for a shot, a flat coat, and then get everything, pull masking, get the canopies glued on, and move on to the next step. So it's almost there. So very happy with that. I still have to decide whether I want to put those wing pylons on. I might not put the wing bombs on. We will kind of wait and see how I feel with that when I get to that point. But looking good, very happy with the progress, and it will be very, as I said, it's only a couple of days, couple hours worth of work, and it will be completed. And then the Meteor is in basically the same condition. I've done black wash, but I haven't done much more than that. And I wiped most of it off to try to keep it as clean as possible, just make it look a little dirty, but not terribly dirty. It is a little on the light side. It's still slightly tail heavy. I'm hoping once I get some gear doors and the wheels in place, it'll sit the way it needs to, but it's still just a hair tail heavy. Anyways, black wash is on, as I said. This I'm probably going to leave kind of either on the cowling or even in the inside here. Hide some of the nastiness of those decals. But I'm going to leave it loose so I can pop it on when I want, and then pop it off when I want, so I can do that. You have a final product with it like that, and I can easily come through, and now that I say easily, there you go, pop it off and display it however I choose. Wonder if that's enough to just hold. Yeah, look at that. Oh, I see. Just that alone is enough that it. Look at that. That's all it. Oh, see. That's all it takes to hold that nose down. There you go. Just that little bit of extra weight is enough to hold the nose down. So with all the gear doors and everything, should balance quite nicely. But anyways, so that's very close. The bottom looks really nice. That yellow turned out good. Again, just a hint of black wash just to dirty it up a little bit. Gear are installed already. The wheels are ready to go. They've just got to be squeezed into place and then glued. All of the air brakes are ready to go. That'll be as soon as I get the wheels glued on. I'll be gluing on the wheels, the gear doors, then the air brakes, and then it's basically flat coat an antenna and the rear exhaust and pull the foam out of the intakes. So we're, again, a couple of hours at most away from completely finishing this. So it won't take long at all to get these two done, and then I can get them on display. So I mean, really at the end of the day, that is pretty much all I have to show you. So unfortunately, on that note, I am going to go ahead. I don't know if I'm going to be getting videos out in June on the regular schedule. The past week of not really having any time to do anything with videos has meant I'm a little bit behind on some of my editing of other videos. I have a couple of the product reviews for those kits that I'll be introducing next month are basically ready to go. I'm working on the time-lapse build for the L29. Don't know if that'll be done in time. I have the research done for my next RCAF Squadron history video, but I haven't actually recorded or started editing that. So we'll see if I get that done in time for the 15th. So June might be a bit of an interesting month. That being said, June 25th is the Hamilton Air Show. And I will be at the Hamilton Air Show on the Saturday, the Friday and the Saturday. So if anybody is down there, I don't really have any like Sean's Aviation hat or shirt or anything yet. But I will be down there. I'll be wearing one of the Canadian Warplane Heritage Museum anniversary shirts, and I will be carrying around my camera and video camera. So if anybody happens to come by and ask, just, you know, hey, are you Sean? Ask around. I'll be there, and it'll always be nice to meet some of the people out here who do watch the channel. So unofficial Sean's Aviation meetup at the Hamilton Fly Fest, 50th anniversary Fly Fest. So that means I will have some content to edit for for July, and then in July I have Thunder, Michigan, which I hope to get lots and lots of content out of to get some stuff up throughout the rest of July and into August, and then I have 2 air shows in September. So we are going to have some more content other than just my model desk and some basic aviation history. I'm also hoping to get out and about some more in the summer and get some more on-site video stuff, get to the Aviation Museum, get some of that stuff filmed once I have some more free time and things slow down a little bit. So on that note, I am going to wrap this video up here. So thank you everybody for following up and continuing to follow, for those of you out there who have been subscribing and whatnot, for following this content. And there will be some more, I think, some more insignificant videos coming out in the future. So on that note, let's wrap this up. Thank you everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching, guys, and as always, if you are interested in any of the content you see, you can access my website at www.seans-aviation.com. You can see all the latest pictures of aircraft and museums and the build logs of all of my current models and past models on that site. And if you're interested in any of this content, please click the subscribe button here on YouTube to follow more. Thank you very much, and see you guys next time.